yeah, we'll see what it is, and I'll be ready to go.
What's the worst conditions to play in as a quarterback?
Ooh, that's a good question. You'd like it to be, 70 and sunny every time, but you can't always have that. So I don't know, anything that's not that would be somewhat unfavorable. But you playing it every week. We've been lucky to be in a dome a lot this year, but if you play outside and you play in a little weather, we deal with it. I've had some of my best games in weather, and so yeah, we'll see. Just out of curiosity, can you reference one specific? What was maybe your favorite game where you played in conditions and had a performance that was memorable for you? In LA, we played the Giants. Gosh, in 2017. 2017, we played the Giants. I think we won 51-17 or something. It was raining, it was windy, and yeah, we threw the hell out of it and had a good day.
What about playing a team twice in such a short period of time? Is there any issue in that at all, good, bad, and different? Yeah,
it's interesting, that you get them, so back to back, and they only had one game of inventory for us to see in between. So, yeah, it's interesting, and they're dealing with it too. So it's always a little bit funky, but yeah, they'll have something new for us, as will we for them.
What were the biggest challenges that defense presented to you last time out?
Yeah, I think they're so improved from earlier in the year, and then even last year. How stout they are on the inside, how good they are against the run, and then how hard they play. Man, they play hard, and they've got really good players on every level, and I think their coach has done a really good job of putting them in the right spots to make plays, and they're playing confidently.
Curious, when the offense is just playing in general as well as you guys have this season, how much do you worry about just maintaining what it is, or are you always thinking about how much you're leaving on the table as a competitor?
You tend to think about that, yeah. Obviously the grand picture of the season, we've done some good things, but who we are and what makes us great is that we see the things that you miss on, that you wish you could have back, and that if you would have done that, it would have been a perfect day, and so yeah, that's what makes us great, and we're always pushing to be better, and know we've done some good things, but can be a lot better, and that's still the exciting part.
Jared, you've been connected with Laporta more and more, and you've talked about it. In a weather game like this, does a tight end like that becomes even more valuable if it's windy and rainy and everything else?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it depends on what we end up doing. I don't think we'll change our game plan much on what the conditions may be. So if he's involved and it's going to be no conditions, I don't think it would change much if it was conditions. Yeah, we'll see as the week goes on what it'll be. I don't think we're thinking too much about it. But yeah, he's done a good job getting himself open and making those catches when it matters, and a guy that I trust a lot.
Thing where he really
kind of embraces the weather, doesn't care about it, doesn't impact you. What is it about the weather that
nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. So if it rains, it rains. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We get to play indoors at home, which is great. But if you're outdoors and there's weather, you deal with it and you play. And guys do it every week all around the league. I've done it my whole career, and so you just deal with it.
Being worse than precipitation, or is there something that's...
It can be. I think last year we played the Giants or Jets. Yeah, it was windy, and yeah, that can have an impact on some things, but yeah, you deal with it. You make the throws you need to make, and move the ball and try to win the game.
How impressive is the lack of drop-off from Graham whenever his number is called and he's got to step up big?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun to see that. Obviously, Frank is one of a kind, and having him in there is a difference maker for us. But when Graham has to come in and handles it so well, mentally, physically, all of it, handles it really well. And last game was no different. And then moving forward, we'll see what happens. But he's done a great job being ready to go and making sure he's on top of what he needs to be on top of.
I should know the answer to this, but do you ever throw a glove on the throwing hand? And if so, is that difficult?
Yeah, I've done gloves on both hands in the past, and is it difficult? No, I love it. There's a certain threshold I always joke about, like it has to be cold enough. Yeah. Like if it's not cold enough, then it's not like very helpful. But when it's cold enough, I think it's very helpful for me personally, and something I've used in the past. So yeah, we'll see this weekend.
What's rougher on a quarterback, wind or snow?
I feel like I've been asked this question like 4 times in this.
Oh, did you?
No, it's okay. They're both challenges that you overcome. You just deal with it. I don't think either one is particularly harder than the other, but yeah, if it's not perfect conditions, they're playing in it too. So you just deal with it and make the throws you need to make and compete as best as you can and try to win the game.
How's everything coming together with Donovan Peoples-Jones? He kind of joined before that compact of like Thanksgiving stretch. Just do you feel it coming along with him? Yeah, he's done a great job, and I think we'd like to get him involved more as this year goes on. And he's been helpful. He's had a great attitude. He's doing a lot of good things during practice and trying to find ways to get him involved. Certainly.
What's the key to finishing the season strong, finishing strong? You guys are on the road. A number of games before y'all ending this year, playing some good ball. But what's the key to finishing strong for you guys this last stretch? Yeah, just turn our urgency up a little bit and know what time it is, and know that kind of everyone is in that mode of you have to win these games, and everyone has things that they're going for, and no one's out of it, and everyone's trying to win the game. So knowing that you have to turn your urgency up a little bit and stay process oriented and trust what you're doing daily in practice. But yeah, it's certainly your intensity turns up a little bit this late in the year.
Does that turn up even more whenever you have 3 games against division opponents in the last 5?
Yeah, sure. Those games always feel like they count a little bit more. So yeah, I don't think it changes what we're thinking about this week. We're ready to play the Bears, and they are a division opponent. So yeah, it'll be another challenge for us. But yeah, looking forward, we do have some more coming up. But right now it's about the Bears.
Looking at the trajectory of your team since Dan got here, is there something about his approach that made him really well suited to sort of be the leader of a team that's going from not competitive to top of the division?
Yeah, I think last year we talked about this a bunch of his ability to stand in front of the room in the face of adversity and the face of challenges, and be able to be the same guy every day, and to speak confidently to the room, and to never lose belief in us when things are bad. And they were bad for quite some time there early on, and that speaks to who he is, and why we believe in him, and why we trust him, and why he's the leader of this team.
How do you kind of know that he still believes in you guys? And like you mentioned there, what's he doing? The
way he speaks to us, and again, this is 2 years ago, and then early parts of last year. The way he speaks to us, the way he tells us, and how genuine he is, and yeah, he's a hell of a leader and a hell of a coach that we're